What up, friendos? Welcome in. Happy Monday. Hello. Well, because I think they screwed up the timing with the weekly when they added the last weekly. So we're here today for the new weekly. Even though it was the same weekly 2 weeks ago, it's new, right? I got nothing. Anyway, we're doing it tonight. I hope that it has been a decent beginning of the week for everyone. The drops are on. Today is the last day that you can earn the animated badge. That is the last day. I think technically speaking, tomorrow you can until like 6 in the morning. But this is my last stream where you can earn it. So if you just so happen to catch anybody, like let's say you come into the stream late or something like that, or if you have to leave early, whatever it might be. Yeah. Besides that, the next drop is going to be the same badge, just not animated. Yeah. How do we earn it? Do exclamation point drops. Exclamation point drops. Can my friend earn the animated badge watching you, even if they haven't been able to get onto Faz recently? Yeah. Yeah. Because as soon as they watch for 2 hours, once they've watched for 2 hours, they can then claim it on Twitch. And then whenever they go to Phasmo and they connect it, it should just be seamless. Yeah. Multiple badges for the drops. It's just a single animated badge right now. And then the next one starting tomorrow is the non-animated version. So today's the last day you can earn the animated one. Kind of. Today's the last stream of mine you can earn it. Tomorrow I don't stream. You can have both. I believe so. I think so. I have both. I'm assuming that you will. If not, hopefully they fix it. Yeah, Frog, thank you for the 18 months, dude. Thank you for all the follows, guys. Welcome in. Ninja, thank you for the 29. Hello. Oh, man. Do you know your voice echoes in Sunny Meadows? Yes, I do. Yeah. No, that's not new. No, it's been around. It's one of the better features of Sunny Meadows. Yeah, I love proximity chat, proximity audio, being able to talk to other players in the game. Nothing like it. If you have a game that has good proximity chat, you got my heart. You got my heart. Hi, Michaela. Hello. Oh, man. Boo-doo-doo. Can confirm it's smooth. Was able to buy Phasmo on Steam. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I had a couple others saying the exact same thing. Yeah. Blucker, hello. How are you? What up, Drippy? Welcome in, friends. If you're new here, hi. Good to see you. Hey, how are you? I don't know if you came from Discord or from YouTube, or maybe like you saw one of my videos. Maybe you saw me on TikTok or Instagram or whatever it may be. I appreciate you being here. What are we doing today? The weekly. The weekly. Yes, it is. It was supposed to be new yesterday, and I think they messed it up. So it's new today, but it's the same one we had 2 weeks ago. So I put a video out 2 weeks ago of this, and we're about to put out another one. So I guess this will be the first time we've done this weekly with the new media stuff, even though that doesn't matter. Anyway, I don't think I can hear alerts. Did something happen to my headphones? Queen, thank you for the biddies. Frog, thank you so much. Welcome in. Your videos are not out of balance. What do you mean? Oh, man. Do we know why they repeated it? Hold on. Okay, I can hear it. Okay, good. Sorry, I paused the music so I could make sure I could hear it. It was just really soft in my ears. We're good to go. Everything's fine. Am I playing with friends today? I'm playing with mods. Yeah, we're doing the weekly with the mods. Now you'll have 5 videos of one weekly while the rest only have 4. Yeah, I've done every single weekly. I have posted a video for every single weekly there is. I think this is number 124. Couldn't hear it either. I turned this up and I could hear it. Yeah. Honest thoughts on the update? Love it. 8 out of 10. It's been great. Coolio, thank you for the 4 months. Just remember that if you can't film anything, that's because you're not in the bathroom. Roger that. Mr. Doc knows his stuff. Turn in, thank you so much for the 5 months. Gummy, thank you for the bits. What would make it a 10 out of 10? That's a fantastic question, and I don't know if I have an answer for you. I don't know. I don't know what they could have done to make the, you know what? One thing that would have kicked the update up a notch, if a map would have came out at the same time. The sub goal was met. It was met. Yes, we now have a 24-hour stream that's going to happen. I will let you know when the day will be. I don't know yet. How do we feel about a leopard print thong? I mean, you wear whatever you want to wear to the stream. I'm not going to force a certain dress code, but, you know, be a little kind. Doc knows his, he does know his shit. Where to find it too. Andy, thank you for the 5 months. Oh, is the animated badge different from the eyeball? Well, let me switch over to Phaz and we'll do a quick rundown real fast. Thank you guys for the hype train. I don't think it's the same from 2 weeks ago. Are you sure? Hold on. Is this not the same one from 2 weeks ago? Was it not, when I say 2 weeks, 2 challenges ago, was it not lights out on record, lights out? When I said 2 weeks, I meant 2 challenges ago. Yes. Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. I think I worded that weird song. I'm sorry. Yeah. 2 challenges ago. I think of it as a week just because every challenge is a new week. Yeah. That's probably why. But oh, let me go back. So for those that are curious about drops, since this is your last day, it's going to be the same process for any drop that Phasmo does. So once you do this, then you understand and you're good to go. If anything, you shouldn't have to. I would assume you don't have to link your game again and you can just watch and be good to go. But either way, if you have not done this yet, you need to make sure that you go down here to Twitch drops, click into here. There's going to be a code and a link. You take the code, you enter it in at that link, and then it will say connection good when you've done that correctly. And once you've done that, then you just have to watch a kinetic stream like this one, a kinetic partnered stream for 2 hours to earn the badge. This animated badge ends. This one ends, I think it's 6 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So that's what we've just been saying. Today's the last full day. Today's the last day. The only available drop still the ID badge. Yeah, they're not going to go ham and just start making a bunch of drops. That's not going to happen. No, we don't have cosmetics yet or any of that stuff. Yeah. Welcome in, friends. Hello. Broom, hello. Can't get it because your Wi-Fi's been down all day? Well, that's stinky. But do you have the watch time, though? Yeah, I added since it's the last day of stream, I added a stupid goal. So if we do hit that, you guys are going to get to choose a cosplay for the 24-hour stream. I can't share. Oh, try to refresh, Sam. Oh, hi, Vin. We had a skin Vin for last stream. That was fun. Hi, Stab. Yeah. So if that gets hit, you guys get to choose the cosplay during the 24-hour or what, like not the whole thing, but you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't even know what time this is over. What time what is over? What is this? That's very broad. I want a badge for Twitch, like the one that goes in front of the Twitch. Oh, like in front of the Twitch name? Oh, like make our own little custom drop? That'd be kind of cool. You make our own little badge here? Oh, that'd be sick. You're very broad. Hey! I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Forgot to check in. You're good. No worries. Thank you for the follows. Wolf, and thank you for the biddies. All right. I need to do my spiel so that way we can get into this weekly. I always got to do this. We have to do the spiel. Then once we do the spiel, then we're ready to rock. Your mom is a broad. Roger that. ATV. Thank you for the subs. Oh my goodness. I'm broad and dense. That's a good thing. What is your spiel? My spiel is us going through the weekly before we go into the weekly. Yeah. Every time. We do it every time. Okay. Let me Let me make sure we're starting over there. And then we'll do the stuff and the things. Be good to go. Sam! There it is. Thank you for the 7 months, dude. Say spiel. No, spiel. Talk. So there's only one animated foil ID card out right now. That is correct. There's been no conversation about having another one anytime soon. Yes. You have the animated card right now, and then you have the non-animated version of that. That is next. That is it that we know of. We know of nothing else. Nothing else. Is there a way to see how much time you have on it? Yeah, go to twitch.tv/drops. Yep. Shanna, hello. What's up, Allison? How are you, friends? Oh, the weekly just did a refresh today. It was supposed to happen yesterday, but I think when they added the last weekly, they screwed it up. So now it's fresh today. Listen, if they want to keep it new every Monday, that's fine by me, because I do the weekly every Monday anyway. So what does it matter to me? Yeah. Copper, hello. Take the non-animated. The non-animated version is still a good-looking badge. Yeah, so this is the animated version. Here's the non-animated version. I've been saying I don't think I'm supposed to have this, but I do. I'm not exactly sure why, but I do. Either way, it's still a nice badge. Hey, Val, how are you? Mrs. Flash is great. Thank you for asking. ATV, thank you for the 6 months. How do you check progress for drops from your phone? Good luck. First, I think people have been having trouble checking on their phone. I would go to your browser and go to twitch.tv/drops. Yep. That's the best thing you can do. Kinetic. Not everyone has it, Crow. No. I have it, but not every one of us has it. I've asked. When's Kiddo come home from camp? He comes home from camp on July 4th. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting. It's supposed to be like the most traveled day in like who knows how long. So that's going to be great. Bama, tier 2 for 11 months. Click your profile, then drops in the app. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Richie. There you go. It's a feature. That's right. All right, let's do the thing. This week's challenge is lights out. This one we just had like 2 challenges ago. Get your candles at the ready. All the lights are out. This is at Tanglewood, but this is with the Chronicle update. So that's not going to really change much, but either way. Here are the settings for it. There are the player settings. Here are the ghost. There's the contract. And if we go back to this main screen here, what I can do, if we go back to this screen, I can actually show you guys what you get inside of the truck. So we don't have flashlights, headgear, motion sensors, parabolic, sound sensor, tripod, sound recorder, but we do have salt, incense, and igniter, all the good stuff. But there we have it. There it is. I'm good, Fish. How's it going? How can you tell a djinn is a djinn without the power on? You can't. Nope. The only way you can tell a djinn is a djinn by it doing its ability. So if you have a broken breaker, there's no tell for the djinn. The only way to tell it's a djinn is by eliminating every other ghost. That's it. It sucks. Yeah. Asandi, thank you for the sub. Chlorine, thank you for the 7 months. Hello. At least it's Tanglewood. Yeah, that's true. And I have a whole crew today. I have the whole crew of mods is coming today, so they'll be able to try to help keep my sanity. What would you recommend for a beginner? Take your time. Video camera, but not sound recorder. I don't know. I guess they didn't click the turn on button for sound sensor. If I were them, I would turn that on for everything coming up, unless it's something where you're not supposed to have electronics. That's just me. Because I would encourage people to want to play around with that. And during the weekly, you don't lose anything. So that's a really great time for you to earn money, but also mess around. I don't know. Yeah. We do have friends today. Yeah, let me get over to the multiplayer so that way they can actually join. We're not doing any reporting today. I'm not dealing with that today. No, I hope I don't see anything. No, move. Keep going. Just keep going. Who's going to be a tribute? No, everybody's going to live. It's fine. You got a warning for talking. Well, no, let's look at your warning. Let's see. Chill on the cap use. No, that wasn't a warning for talking. That was a warning for putting in a bunch of message. Well, putting in all caps. They're just trying to reduce that so that way people don't spam. Yeah, make sure that you read whatever it is that you were warned for. Imagine. What do you think of the paparazzi challenge? It's fine. Nothing crazy. Nothing wild. Cleanup crew. Thank you for the sub. Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? This is ASMR hour. We're gonna go on some ghosts.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Oh, okay, never mind. Mayor ruined it.
Mayor was like, "Yeah, that's enough of that
the
shit."
Camera. There we go. Phoenix, how was the rest of gameplay? How was Doom?
So good. That
Yeah?
Dune game is really
I've heard a
fun.
lot of good things. I
I'm
just haven't had a
loving it.
chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The base building is really fun too.
Okay. Song, you know we can't hear you, right? Oh, there he is. He's doing ASMR. Hold on.
ASMR song.
God. Oh, God. We got the twins. We do have the twins. How long do you have to watch? 2 hours.
I still hear you just as loud as you usually are, Saul.
It's like my daughter trying to whisper. You hear it from across the house. Hey, I just want to tell you. Mom got you. I'm like, shut up, Izzy.
Don't tell anyone.
Who gets the first karma moment? Probably me. Like as in like a bad karma against them.
Okay.
Yeah, probably me. Callie! We'll be on for over 2 hours. Absolutely, Zach. Yeah, I just got started. We'll be on for 2 at least. At the very least. All right. Well, 4 of us. Challenge mode. Yeah, easy.
Yeah, this will be quick.
In your country, it's nighttime? I mean, it's 8:51. Technically, in my country, it's also nighttime. All right. Let's rock. Yeah, I'm usually on close to midnight. Yeah, thank you, Impala. Callie, thank you.
It said the Q word, so now it's not.
Oh, look at the little equipment.
Oh, look at it. We could probably bring everything in.
So
We could probably bring everything in
cute,
one shot.
baby.
Dang, get close. All right. Let's see. Sanity's fine. I'm gonna bring a thermer and I guess an EMF.
Thermometer?
Yeah, sure, I guess. So we don't have flashlights. We don't have power. Mayor, I might have heard a throw over this way. I thought I did. Maybe in the garage? I could be losing it, like usual.
Normal way.
I know. I thought I heard a throw this way. I could be wrong. Maybe my headphones are backwards. Nothing looks out of place here.
Did I hear something? Or am I
Yes,
hearing things?
it's me. Whoa.
Oh, here.
Ooh,
Oh.
no.
Oh, did you say that's a shadow?
We have hiding downstairs should we need it.
You're a hiding downstairs.
Oh, Phoenix.
Wow.
He's just a boy.
I think it's in the master bath.
What did I hear that way,
I
dude?
heard something, but I'm
You
not
mean
sure.
the full bath or full master?
Oh, yeah, this entire thing? Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, Phoenix, this room, that room, and this room are all one room.
bedroom? Or
Did I hear it?
Oh.
Isn't that a blast?
Yeah.
It is snowing,
I
so
mean-
careful, SpongeBob.
Or the basement door.
Basement Nor? Oh,
There's
yeah,
breath.
yeah, yeah. Oh, it's snowing. We're gonna have breath everywhere.
Yeah, I know. There's breath everywhere. But still.
Yeah, but I heard
Where are
it
you?
touch a door in here.
How
And
are
it's
you? Where are you?
warmer out here than it is in that
Are you
room.
here? Are you close?
6
Yeah, where
degrees.
Why is he not listening? to
Where
me?
are you?
I don't know. It's the temperatures
Where are you?
all over the place.
Where are you?
We're right here, Song.
How old are you? Where are you? Where are you? And I'm so
Dude, I'm gonna get more
sorry.
stuff. I don't. This ghost is everywhere. Tis everywhere. Rotato. Co-Rotato, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Hello, friends. We are doing the weekly. All right, I'm just grabbing a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna grab a smudge because our sanity is already at 75, and I, you know.
So I have ghost orbs in the dining room.
Oh, it's all over the place, you know.
Oh, I did hear it over there. I don't know what view I'm looking at. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna hit record. Take advantage of the update. The ghost just 4 twins in it. Yeah. Like, oh, what movie was that? Oh, dang it. They were stacked on each other's shoulders. Little Rascals. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, this is boring. All right, I'll bring this. I've got that on me. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Necro, what's up, dude? Is the animated ID card the same as the stream set? Yes, it's that one. Yeah, the non-animated version you can start to earn tomorrow.
No, because we can't get sound recording.
Sad.
Yeah, that's right.
We can record video though, so that's a thing. Here, I brought some salt. Just try to kill me with a cup.
It's
Where?
3 of
Yeah,
them,
at least it's
right?
not a knife.
That's true.
Yeah, it's 3.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention earlier.
EMF free. Welcome in, friends. Hello. What's up, Kev? How are you? So we just have orbicals, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all I got was orbicals in here.
It hasn't walked in the salt. I could go get more, I guess.
Oh yeah, it did. It right here. And
Oh,
then
it just blew out that
back-
firelight?
The candle.
Is it quieter with the lower tiers?
Maybe?
I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't close enough. I didn't
Yeah,
see it
'cause I
step.
heard
Oh,
it really
yeah,
well, but
freezing.
I was sitting.
Oh, there we now we did.
Yeah,
All right, freezing and no footies.
Okay.
And I did not get Spirit Box. If somebody else wants to try, they're more than...
Sure. Give it a whirl. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Or where are you? Are you here? Are you near? No, come back. Where are you? Are you here?
Okay, it's blown
No
the
feetsies.
candle out once, and then there are 2 lit right
Oh,
now.
touche. Oh, okay. So no more
Just
fires.
Wanted to, yeah, no
that's-
more fires.
That's why
Okay.
I lit up the
Count.
other-
Yeah.
Good shout out. Good shout. Hi, Luca. I know. I wouldn't have thought about
Before
it.
anyone just spontaneously dies.
Well, I don't know where it is right now, but it just ain't that
There's not a
crucifix.
video.
Oh, we have dots.
I saw the dude.
It's a Ure.
It's a Yuri!
Do the ability. Do it. Touch a door.
I got
not-
that too.
Touch a door. This is my first Ure since the update. Come on. I've heard something about the
Don't
Ure,
be
and
shy.
I don't know if it's true or not. There's word going around
What'd you
right
hear?
now. There's word going around, and I don't know if this is true, That-
Duplicate video.
that the Ure, when it touches a door right now, which is probably a bug, I don't know, it doesn't just touch it and partially open the door. Anytime it touches a door, it fully opens or fully shuts. That's the word on the street. I've
Okay.
done no testing of this. This is my first time
I've
seeing
had
the Ure.
2
So
Urais since the update, and both of them slammed a door. So
Hmm.
I would believe it.
it hasn't touched.
Can
This
you
ghost
guys
hasn't touched the
delete
door
that
yet.
Video, the last video. Please, thank you. Hello.
Put the doors at 45. Oh yeah, that's actually a better idea, Railroad. That's a way better idea. F off. Okay. Got the smudge. You know,
I smudged, but
someone made a very good point in chat. They had said, what if you put the doors at 45s and then when it touches the door, see if it's open or shut so you know. Or you just leave them all open all the time and if it just completely shuts it.
is that a Phoenix or a mirror for deleting that last video?
So, delete the video. I mean, do we just want to put Ure and get out of here?
I deleted it. Yeah.
Oh, Phoenix. There
I was
you go.
being difficult
just-
because
I just
it
wanted to
didn't
grab
matter.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Grafton too. Gotta go for his perfect game.
Hard to do.
Yeah, guess what? You can't get a perfect game. We don't have a sound recorder. Yeah, so now it's literally impossible to even try.
Yeah.
I didn't want a perfect game. I just wanted to prove that you could get a dots video since. Like,
Who
hard as
are you
hell to
proving
try
that
to do.
to?
Well, it's hard as hell to do. You gotta get it right at the beginning.
Is it?
Yeah. The last couple
Killing
times
me,
I tried
Smalls.
it,
All right.
it didn't count.
Make sure you have your A. It's a little tough sometimes if it's not there long enough, but yeah. Do we have a confirmed day for Grafton? No. No, they haven't talked about it since Chronicle. So we wait.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Hooray. Did it actually do stuff and things? Nope, sure didn't. Never
No.
used its ability. That's fine.
I was
Whatever.
like, how about I just not?
How about not today? Thanks. I'm tired.
Yeah. We have performance anxiety.
Yikes. All right, let's do it twice. Who am I playing with? I'm playing with the amazing mods. So I'm playing with Phoenix, Dark, Mare, and Song. And Phoenix streams.
Look at the equipment and prepare accordingly.
She was live earlier today.
It was like there's this guy with this camera. He keeps trying to record me.
Oh my gosh. Margaret.
Imagine.
Margaret. All right, I'm bringing a
He's
video camera
calling
this
me
time.
difficult.
They keep yelling curse words at me.
How dare they? How dare?
All right, going orbital searching. Just immediately. We have music box, by the way.
Oh.
I didn't check to see if it was a random curse every time or if it's the same. I wasn't paying attention. Second game, Lally. Yeah. All right, I have no orbicals anywhere. Very shocking in the garage, though. I've also
Let's do
heard nothing.
something.
Jesus. No Orbeez. Oh. So Margaret what? Margaret Brown. Margaret. Margaret. Margaret.
Is it even Margaret?
I don't know. I'm going to start checking temps because...
Margie, Greta.
Margaret, the driver will only wait another 10. How do you get the new badge? Do exclamation point drops.
Things. It's like a, wait, no.
Do you you got us excited. Wait. Oh no. Okay. Temps wise, nothing.
I've heard nothing.
My guess is
Seen
basement
nothing.
because of how not active we've had things.
I was down there for a bit and I didn't see.
It's
or hear
it's in the basement.
Are you
You
kidding
were
me?
in the basement.
It's
live.
7 degrees down here. Oh, that's a nice sound. Hey, Northern.
That's what I sounded like. I was trying to figure out why.
100 check-ins? Who had 100 check-ins?
Sound like they're coming for you, Barbara.
They're coming for you, Margaret. All right, touch a tub.
It-
Let's
it's
go.
done nothing.
3, 2, 1. Tub smack. Your camera made me think it was going to do it. Dang it. All right. Guess I'll go get more stuff. It's so dark in here. Who did this? Hey, little town. How are you? Last 3 games, you had a Banshee? Oh, Banshees are fun. Especially if you're with others. If you're with others, Banshees are a blast. I guess I'll grab a couple firelights just to help us see stuff and things. Oh, we have 60 sanity, by the way, so careful, SpongeBob. Margaret does not like the
Okay, well, it
lights.
stepped in the salt, so it's not a race.
Orlando, thank you for the 5 months. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome in. Right. Got some fur. Do we have EMFers down here?
Writing.
There's one right
I
here.
don't know. I didn't bring one this time.
One right there. All right, so we had no orbs. I'm assuming no UV.
I brought in the second cruise seat.
Okay. It's probably a good idea. Is this a shade?
I was gonna say, I was down here for a while. And it was
EMF writing freezing. Well, we should still get freezing then.
Yeah.
It's 4 degrees.
What was the
2
chance of moving
degrees.
rooms? Do you remember?
What was what?
The chance of moving rooms, was it high or low?
I don't remember. I definitely never remember those settings. Okay, I'm gonna go upstairs. I wonder if this is a shade and it's waiting for us to leave. I'm gonna go to the truck and watch the cam. Last day for animated ID card,
The
yeah.
activity board is completely flatlined. Just FYI.
Yeah.
I left to go so.
I think we might have a shade in the basement, and that's why this is happening, which is really unfortunate.
We don't have sound sensors, right?
That's a big 10 no.
No, but I was wondering what
But if
would
you're still
happen
down
if
there,
we
it's
all
not going to
just
do any of the
left
things.
The room.
Yeah, he's still down there.
Of course he is.
Yeah, I'm out.
Roger that. I'm watching the cam to see if it throws anything, if it does any writing.
I'm watching the activity.
Yeah. Callie, there it goes. It immediately threw something. Oh, I could have. Oh, I got the record. Oh, I got the record. Oh, oh, I got the firelight too.
Oh, nice.
Is there any EMF 5s down there by chance?
No, it's only a 1 on the board right now.
Oh, never mind. Phoenix can see it on the board. I kind of forgot we had the activity board, and that's how you knew it was doing nothing. It all makes sense now.
That was it.
Callie, thank you, friend.
Too many nightmare rounds for you.
I'm just so used to not having it. What is this camera staring at?
I think it's on the ground next to the cooler. Is that the one you mean?
Oh, yeah. Is that the one you threw on top of the cooler at first?
Yeah, there's.
Oh,
there's
that's
one on top of
right.
the cooler, and then there's one like in front of it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good, Queen. No worries. There's another fire extinguish. All right, I'm going to put another, can I have that candle, please? I'm going to put that downstairs. And then I'm going to put the other EMF near, you know what? Never mind.
What about, you mean not EMF 5?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was going, oh, you got one now?
Yeah. On the
Oh,
board,
check it. Check it.
went from
Check it.
4 to 9.
Anna, thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the follows. I did not prestige. No, we're doing the weekly.
Yeah, we got a 5er.
Yay. Stupid shade.
I would take a picture of it if I had a camera, but I don't know what happened.
Sorry, I'm putting more things. Oh, we have writing.
Oh, we have writing.
Hey, look at that writing.
Look. Do we have freezing yet?
I think oh no, I have a smudge. You have the thermer?
Yep, it's a shade.
Oh, son of a.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, it's a shade.
Phoenix, it's a shade.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Gosh, dang it. You playing a prestige tonight? Not yet. No, I didn't want to prestige until I was ready and I was like done with messing around with the tier 3 sound recorder and everything. I'm not ready yet. All right, what if we did, okay, what if we went back inside, went to the basement, used the music box and see who the chosen one was?
Yes.
I like it. Okay.
Do we all have to like stand in a circle?
But kind of.
Drop my smudge. So it's
Or are we
I'm
gonna
not
stand
eating.
Crash!
on one another?
Look, we have to stop meeting
use
like
your
this.
smudge.
We have to stop meeting like this. Crash! Thank you for the raid, dude. How was your stream? Wait, do I have to get rid of the smudge?
Hey, Ghosty. Ghosty.
All right. All right.
Smell this. It smells good. There you
All
go.
right, so are we gonna pick corners?
Yeah. I'm gonna get a video of it too, because you know why not?
I can't see anything. Here, we'll do this. Does anybody need a light?
Nah, I'm good.
Crash, how was your
the
stream,
video.
dude? All right, maybe we just go to the 4 corners. Yeah.
Yeah. 4 corners.
Okay. Who's in what? Okay, songs there. I'll go over here. I'm going to hopefully get to walk dead center of here, and then I'm going to go over to this corner. Okay.
Alright. I'm video-
Holy crap! Oh, I'm the chosen one now. Love you. Bye. Well, aren't I the popular one? She spawned right on top of me. I wasn't ready.
Imagine you just ghost hunting. And
She ruined the game.
your friend
Dang
gets
it.
murdered.
Look out!
Well, Flash was the chosen one. I think
We're doing the weekly right now for anybody that's wondering what's happening. It doesn't matter if you get got. We know what the ghost is. That's what matters.
Insta killed.
I mean, it's not going to hunt with them down here, so they might as well just leave.
Okay. Well, are we going now?
Yeah, let me know.
'Cause other-
I tried, okay? I
Yeah.
tried.
For a sheep to hunt.
Song is sitting inside the ghost room wanting the ghost to hunt, and it's a shade. It's just shy. I don't know how shy it is. Bye. Miss you. My goodness. Crash, I hope your games were good. I hope you had good ghosties. It's 4 a.m. for you. Get all the sleeps, friend. Please, please, please get all the sleeps. I appreciate the raid so much. Thank you. It's all our fault. No, no, no. It is not your fault. All right. Shade it is. No, no, no. I was hoping that it would like walk over, not insta hunt.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Stupid
Welcome
shade.
back, Flash.
Indeed.
She was like on me, like in me.
Oh my.
Sounds very personal.
I wasn't having it. Patient 07
Yeah.
was.
In the truck, on
Gee,
the
what?
video of you dying, it says, "It killed my teammate. We should leave."
What a great piece of advice. Thank you for the follows, guys. I appreciate you guys coming in. Alrighty, let's go do it one more time. One more time. What prestige is that? I'm on prestige 19.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the
Ah, Larry Watts.
before starting the investigation.
Larry.
I've got a report that suggests a possible ghost sighting.
Last long stream, gonna sleep off the whole week. Oh no, oh dude, absolutely. There was a bunch of the creators that were doing a lot of long streams. I understand. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll go with what I had. I'll do EMF, camera, and UV again. No, I'm okay with this one. Then we'll come back if we need it. Yeah. How do you check your progress? Just go to twitch.tv/drops. Yeah. Decided to repeat it. I appreciate you, Crash. Thank you, man. Morgan. Hello, friend and soldier. Thank you for the sub. Hello. Ba-ting. Oh. What? Oh, there it is.
Hi. Okay.
In the
Hi.
dining. Got object throw. There's no orbicals in sight.
Yeah. None.
EMF 5. Any smacks of a winder? Any... I'm good, Morgan. How are you? How's it going, Fran? Oh my. It's so oh my goodness. It's so feisty.
Definitely wants attention.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Liquid, thank you so much for the sub. Ender, thank you for the 2 months. Man. What's the weekly? The weekly is lights out. It's the same weekly that it was 2 weeklies ago. Yeah. Kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. There's people that have not done this weekly before, so it'll be their first time doing it, especially after the Chronicle announcement, so that'll be cool. Oh, dang, we got... I'm gonna bring in the... Wait, do we have another camera on the ground? Yeah, I'm gonna bring another camera. We have like 4 angles in there. We have EMF. We got that. I'm gonna bring another writing book. Yahtzee. Hey, Sezik, how's it going? Hey, Crit. Things are good.
Mary.
Grind the DVD anniversary event. Ooh. We have like 4 different angles of cameras going on here. I like it.
It's it was only 11 degrees over here.
Oh,
Hey, we got
not a
a
race.
salt pick.
Not a Rafe? All right, you got a book there. I'm gonna put a book here.
How old are you?
Oh, let me get out of the room.
Where are you?
Oh, elder
Oh, we got
victim.
Elderly victim.
Spirit or twins? I have a feeling this is twins. Do we have freezing?
No.
No, not yet.
I'm gonna go find our curse object. I bet on Spirit. Hi, Queen. How has the dibba 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 going? The elderly, the elders, yeah. They're always really mean. They always call you old and stuff. It's not very nice.
Not even close to freezing.
So you're saying there's a chance. All right. Let's go check and see. Music box. Oh, it's music. Maybe it's music box every time.
Do anything.
Hey, drunk gamer, welcome back.
Be
Well, not
freezing.
anything.
Do all the things.
Right.
They can kill Saul.
Not Loki, and write in the damn book.
Damn.
What?
What? All right, so no ultraviolet. No freezing as of now.
It was like 8 degrees.
Yeah,
Alright, so-
lowest is 6.8.
Yeah, writing freezing.
Even 6.9. So rude.
What if? No. I was gonna say well, it's really active here. There's no shot that the actual twin spot's somewhere else, right?
Yeah, I've looked around. I haven't even got any.
Oh, okay.
attempts anywhere else.
Drunk gamer. Thank you for the subs, dude.
All the same.
Oh. Well, it's not
Yeah,
writing
everything
or
else is, like,
throwing the book.
14.
Maybe we need to remove its toys. Real cute. Man.
6.1. So it did go down.
Hey, those plates are breakable.
Nah, those are those plastic
Not
ones you buy
bad.
for your kids.
Rude.
Rude.
Yeah, they're like the ones that you let the guests use at the
5.2.
barbecue.
Hey, we use those.
Yeah, they're great.
They're wonderful. They're so cheap, it doesn't matter. Just look at my phone because that's your ringtone. Well, uh-oh.
Hi.
Any no evidence runs tonight? Maybe.
Oh, we're gonna get
Yeah.
it to hunt
6.9.
anyway.
Let's go.
Oh, that's true. Speed should give it away.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, wait, did you say 0.9?
No,
I said
6.9.
Oh, nice.
It was only for me and Mare, sorry.
Sorry, I'll go in my own room then.
Not you again, no. Sorry.
Damn. Leave you guys alone. Nice
Wait.
photo, whoever took that.
We got a door touch in the garage.
What?
Yes, it just rattled the doors in here.
Well, careful SpongeBob, because it's probably about to hunt. It had an instant line of sight. I don't know. Take a video of it hunting. What? Oh, they have two bad things here. Oh. Are you able to take a picture of the tier 2 thermometer for a media picture? For the freezing temps? If you have freezing temps, yeah. Okay. Did it just finish hunting? Has not touched the books.
This is a short hunt, no?
Might have to base it off speed. We might just have to get away from it.
It was a little fast, but it had
I
line of
couldn't.
sight on
Yeah, I
before.
couldn't tell because of that.
Yeah, I smudged, by the way. So
Oh.
I couldn't tell from the speed. I don't know if anyone else could.
No, it had line of sight immediately. Thank you for the follows, guys. Drunk Gamer, thank you again.
Phoenix Mirror, can you get those duplicate videos?
Up goes Fat.
I got farted on, gross.
Wait, no, I did.
It farted on me. Over
It's not. It's not messing with these at all. Twins. There we go. Pretty sure, is that freezing? You tell me. Wants a hug? Not gonna get it. Did you see the bear hit the ceiling? Although Song did say he's smudged. That was probably less than 3 minutes.
Is it just me or did that seem
All
slow,
right.
twins?
Yeah, that was twin. The fact that we don't have freezing is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, we have freezing.
That.
Nice.
Gosh
You
dang
were
it.
saying.
Finally did the thing.
Sherry's caring. Hi, Moon. No, that's not sharing. What is that sharing if I give it a hug?
Guys, you missed it. Flash goes, the fact that it's definitely twins, the fact that we don't have freezing. Oh, we have freezing.
It's dumb. It took that long. It's stupid. All right.
Yeah.
Get me out of here. I'm tired of it. Mwah. Yeah, you tell it.
Yeah.
Get smudged on, nerd.
Yeah. Smudged.
Smudge, see? Meh.
Third.
What is the limit? 0.9 degrees and lower.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Well, that wasn't too bad, I
Hey.
guess.
Oop.
Another quick 5K in the bank. That's fine by me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, team, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in.
Of course,
Yeah,
Frecko.
thanks for having
Thanks for
us.
game.
Always, always, always. All the loves. Too many smudges?
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Bye. I'm not done streaming or anything. We're just done with the weekly. So I'm going back to single player. Fast weekly. It's not bad. It's really, really not. The only thing, I mean, it's just you don't have lights. You don't have a flashlight. You don't have the power box. It's fine. No biggies. Okay. Let's get out of the challenge mode. I was going to prestige today, but I was like, I don't know if I want to or not. You just prestige for the first time. Do I just do it and get it over with? I could have done it before the weekly, but I didn't want to do that. I like to have my prestige one game. I don't like to do it during the weekly. Just do it and get it over with. I could. This will be my first week, my first prestige through Chronicle. Yeah. Rip the band-aid off. Yeah, no regrets. No regrets. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to have ads soon, just a heads up, but we will prestige as soon as those are done. Let's just do it. Is there a particular reason you use Celsius? It's just easier. If it's below like 0 degrees, you know it's freezing. Even though we know that 0.9 degrees and lower is a freezing ghost, below 0 is freezing for Celsius. It's just easy. Just do one run with tier 3 and then prestige. Yeah, I could do that. Could. When it comes to lights, can you only redeem it once? I noticed 9 out of 10 I tried it says out of stock. It's just because of a cooldown, California. Yeah, this is my last prestige. Yeah. Once I prestige, this is the last time. Unless they add more in the future, this is the last one. That's it. And then I have all of that one, and then that's it. One last tier 3. Hurrah. Yeah. What is the 0.9 degrees Celsius of Fahrenheit? That I'm not completely sure. I mean, I would assume it's something like if 32 is freezing, what is it? Probably 32.9 or something. Hey, Sparkle, how are you? Do one game of 0 sanity, 0 evidence with tier 3 and then prestige. You know, I could do that. I don't know if I've done any of that since Chronicle. That's fair. 0 sanity, 0 evidence. Hey, Mr. Creepy, what's up? How's it going? What's up, Lucy? APOC 3? Well, which one? Should I do APOC 3 or 0 sanity, 0 evidence? If it's APOC 3, it's me walking at the speed of nothing. Walking at the speed of nothing and taking forever. Adam, welcome in. Ooh, I'm seeing a lot of split. Can we do like a 60-second vote for which one we'd rather see? You know the answer? It's literally whichever you'd prefer. You have a Spotify play? I do exclamation point playlist on the Twitch side. Yeah. And then after the vote, then I'll run ads, and then after the ads, we'll get into it. All right, look at the top of chat. There's a poll right now. Look at the top. There is a vote. Thank you, Mayor. Whatever floats the boat. Touche. Touche. You kept doing, oh, to get each song. No, there is a playlist. There is one. Derp, thank you for the 32 months. Thank you, Fran. Catnip, hello, how are you? All right, what's it looking like? Majority wants to see zero sanity, zero evidence. Yeah, I'm not really a big APOC 3 guy. We need to see APOC 3 with the new update before he prestiges. I mean, we could also see it whenever I get back around on the prestige, you know? It's at the top of chat. If you don't see it, if you refresh the page, it should show up. APOC 3 is fun. It's a cool idea, right? It just takes a long time because of setup, and then the possible not payoff because you can't find it. It just takes a really long time. Yeah. Yeah, technically speaking, APOC 3 is 0-0. Hey, Loney, what's up, dude? All right, we'll do zero sanity, zero evidence. All right, I'm going to run ads, though, before we do that. They're about to happen in 5 minutes, so I might as well just do them now. We might as well do it now. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour. It's 3 minutes. 3 minutes to stop ads for an hour. So if you're not subbed, if you don't have turbo, then you might get them. You might not. It's sometimes the lottery. Unacceptable. Nobody asked you. All right. 3 minutes of ads, friends. 3 minutes, BRB. Hi, Mel. Turbo for the win. Hell yeah. I've had turbo for a couple years. I love it. It is worth every single penny, in my opinion. If you guys don't know what turbo is, Twitch turbo is basically the same thing as YouTube Premium. It's a way to have no ads on the entire platform. So I recommend it. The way that I always say it is that you get Twitch turbo to have no ads. You sub to somebody to support them. In my opinion, you shouldn't be subbing to someone to remove ads. You should be subbing to support. Get Twitch turbo. Get Twitch turbo. 115-second one. Let's go. Mr. Glacius, thank you for the 34 months, sir. Mel, how were your games? How was Papa Smurf behaving? Have you noticed the Gorios roam way more? Is that just me? I haven't had that many, Kiz. Yeah. I think there's a few ghosts that I really haven't seen that much of, to be honest. He was a menace. Well, at least he's on brand. Twitch Turbo and Prime Sub. Hey, yo. There you go. Hey, yo. There you go. Think your dad's lucky you. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Snow, thank you for the 8 months. Glay, how the hell are you doing, sir? Only watch me and Doc? Oh, you've got to watch more. There's so many great creators, man. Midnight Society is just a plethora of amazing human beings, but there's so many great creators, especially if you're like looking for Phas people. There's a lot of really great Phas creators. They're not over for everyone. No, it's 3 minutes worth. Sometimes you'll get the full of it. Sometimes you won't. Just depends. Can you get the non-animated badge if you already got the animated one? You should. The way that I understand it, yes. If you've unlocked the animated one, you can still also unlock this other one that is non-animated that I don't think I'm supposed to have. That one. I do believe so. Thumper, thank you for the raid. Hello. How was stream? Welcome in. Ton of awesome. Oh, there's so many. Dude, you just browse. You just browse Twitch and you'll find a bunch. How do you know? You'll get a notification on Twitch whenever you get them. Hi, Grim. Been 6 months of watching. Found him through YouTube Shorts. Appreciate you, man. You and your girlfriend just got the animated. Let's go. Hell yeah. I need to put a paper towel under this drink. I'm cursed every third game. I swear. You get got by the ghost. Oh no. I mean, it might not be a bad idea to look at what difficulty you're doing if like maybe going down a difficulty might help you. It's not a bad idea. Thumper, how was your stream? Had a demon that was out for blood. Well, I mean, it's embedded into them. What do you mean? It's what they do. They go for the bloods. What is my main job? I am a professional video editor, cinematographer. I have been one for the past 8 to 9 years. Baby Panda, I appreciate it, man. Any new Grafton picks? Not beyond the ones that we've already shown you. No. Insomniac cake stick for the 4 months. Oh, it's a reminder to resub. I appreciate it. It was great. The ghost didn't stand a chance. Heck yeah. Did you have a team or was it solo? Oh my goodness. Twisted, thank you for the 3. We got more Grafton picks. We had some not that long ago. Yeah. I don't know. Do I have them easily viewable for you guys? Hold on. I didn't add them to OBS or anything like that, but I think I did download them. Duos and trios. Nice. Very, very nice. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Hold on. All right. Someone was asking about the Grafton picks. We'll look at these first, and then after that, we'll do the zero Sandy, zero evidence. Playing with other people is hard mode. It can be depending on who the other people are. Yeah, definitely can be. Got my first perfect on the update. Let's go. So here, if you haven't seen these yet, there are some Grafton pictures that were shared with us whenever the Chronicle update was coming out. They gave us a couple of photos of the new Grafton that we're going to be getting soon. When are we getting it? We don't have a date yet. We just know that this is the next update. So this is the dining room. This is the dining table that's been snapped in half. Pretty cool aesthetic. Lots of junk around. Looks like it's been abandoned. Broken like frame. All this. That's pretty rad. Okay. Okay. This says Grafton upstairs collapsed room. So I think this is an added attic. I think. I assume. Broken in game? Broken in game. Oh, you mean like what? Like the table's normal, then all of a sudden it snaps in half in the middle of the game? That'd be kind of cool. Play Moon Papa Glay. Couldn't keep track of the game in chat. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It can be tough, especially if you're trying to like do assisted gameplay of like, you do this, I do this kind of stuff. Yeah, that can be hard. Is that Flash I see? No. Grafton looks really cool. It looks very dilapidated. I can't wait. So this is some kind of an attic, we believe. There's the kitchen. Wood beams just piercing through the ceiling. Awesome, lovely. A bunch of leaves and a bunch of crap. Living room. So we have another piano. Awesome. Torn down curtain. Can't really see too much else. You have a bunch of old frames on the couch and stuff. We can't see behind the piano. This is the seamstress room that we've been hearing so much about. The seamstress room that apparently, according to CJ and others, they say that on Bleasdale, the mannequins don't do anything. That's not the same here. We've been told that these mannequins don't necessarily sit still. We don't know what that means. But it means a thing. They have legs. Yeah, so do the other ones. What do you mean? Excuse me? I said it. I'll say it twice if I have to. Yeah. Literally told me that when Grafton comes out, the mannequin will do something. Like, what the f does that mean? Barf. One-shotted. I play once a year on my streamiversary for about an hour. Yeah. But there you go. There's the Grafton picks people were looking for. There you go. All right. Zero sanity, zero evidence. Edgefield? Hey, Courtney, how's it going? I thought they originally said Bleasdale was ones would be updated at the same time. The maps, I knew they'd be separate. I knew Bleasdale and Grafton would be completely separate updates. Yeah. Look like the doll and Lethal Company. Oh my God. When's my next charity? Well, my next charity month is in May. I do it every May for the entire month. Thank you, Beth. Oh, thanks. Thank you for the follows. Hi. We are going to do a zero sanity, zero evidence run. This will be the first one of these that I do during the Chronicle update. So we'll see how much we can get from this. Let's go. Toots are back. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. We're just going to soak in all the tier 3 equipment that I'm about to lose. After this game, I'm going to prestige and then we're going to lose all this. So just enjoy it while it lasts. Your brother-in-law loves to start off a game with the spirit box on. Oh, and just runs around nonstop. Yeah, that's awful. That's awful. That's terrible. Gonna prestige? I am. It's about time. I'm like level 116. I stayed on the tier 3 stuff. I stayed on this because I wanted to make sure that I could use the sound recorder tier 3 for a while before I prestige and lose it. People who abuse the spirit box deserving it. I wish you could just take it from them. Like, I wish you had the ability to just pull it out of their hands and then they can't use it anymore. Like, they go in there just yelling in the spirit box, leave it on and throw it on the ground. That's where vote to kick is going to come into play. We'll probably be able to vote to kick at some point. That's the kind of stuff that's going to happen. No more for you. That's right. Percy, thank you for the 25. All right. Let's do this stuff. Let's see. We have Holly Martin. So photo of the EMF, capture a photo of the ghost, and 2 unique sounds. Now, I do have 0 sanity and 0 evidence. So I need to be real careful, SpongeBob, but I'm going to bring stuff to the door just to be a little bit at the ready. Just a little bit. Scooby! Oh my God. Percy, thank you for the 25. Holy moly. Scooby, thank you for the 5, dude. I also need to be very careful about firelights. Chibi used to always turn it on and glitch it in the wall. Oh, I remember. I remember when we got revenge on him for doing that. Oh, I remember. So the thing to do is to just throw those in there like that. Man, it's weird not having them float. These used to have really weird physics. And when you threw them on the ground, they would float really slowly. And now they just fall. It's weird. It's weird seeing it fixed, I guess. Just a little bit. Wonder what Edgefield rework's gonna be like. I don't know. That's a fantastic question. Edgefield, Tanglewood, Willow, all of them are gonna get fixed. I mean, they're gonna get revamped. We don't know when some of them are, but I'm really excited to see when they happen. All right, we're gonna go in there. We're gonna go straight back to our nice little hidey spot, and then, yeah, and then we'll see from there. This is no evidence, so there's no point in bringing all that junk. I'm gonna bring in salt. So we can put 1 down. I know it's going to change the speed of the ghost. Tier 3, I'm normally a tier 2 kind of guy. But that's okay. No biggie. No biggie. This. We'll walk in there with a crucifix and a smudge just to be safe. And then I'll bring that too. Actually, you know what? I'm a liar. I'm going to bring a second smudge in case it goes to that back area there and run. Hunting. F the shoes. She's in the basement. I think the blinks are normal. Speed definitely sounds normal. Done? Done. She's touching doors downstairs. You call Banshee. Nah, we'll get it. We'll get another look at her, and then from there, we'll start doing stuff. I could take firelights downstairs. We could test for an Onryo. It is Rhonda. Yeah. Do the fire extinguishers during the hunt count for the Onryo? No, not at all. Seemed pretty normal to me. MZ, thank you for the 5. 1 month from half a year. Let's go. Blinks look normal. Speed sounded normal. It hasn't shape shifted yet, but that could mean squat. I might not be seeing her long enough to see the shapeshift. All right, she's done. Stream count towards the eye. Yeah, it does. Absolutely. Is that the bone? Oh, it's a paint can. We'll see what happens. I'd say the odds of an Onryo have gone down. Holy night, I forgot about that. Good God. I'd say probably no to Shade and no to Onryo. All right, let's take this crucifix back. Holy poop, dude. Can I get out of here? Okay, good. So, what do we say? We would say no to a, probably no to a Thay, Dio, Moroi, Raiju. Mimic, I'll leave open. Twins, no. Hantu, get out of here. No Revi. We'd say no to, I did no to the Onryo. Hunting wise, I haven't smudged it yet. I don't think it's throwing enough to be a Polty. I haven't done a yokai test. We could do that by going into the living room. Goryo, Oni. I don't think Oni because of blinks or phantom. I could lay down salt to make sure that's not a wraith. Power's still on. Can't cancel out a Jinn yet. Okay. I just have to keep... Basically what you're doing when you do these is you're just knocking the ghosts off one by one to make sure that it's not a certain ghost. Yeah. Yokai, trust me. Okay, if it's not a yokai, is it cool if I ban you? Yeah? Sweet, let's do it. All right, I'm gonna go do a yokai test first. Yokai test first thing. All right, let's see. I got a smudge. Let's do it. Did you just come upstairs? Excuse me? What are you doing here? Stalk? Wait. Oh, you're a freaking wraith. Wait, give me this. Holy... Oh, wait, no, you're not. Wait, what? Is this a mimic? Did I just get mimicked? Wait. Wait. She set the motion sensor off. And she did not walk in the salt. And then all of a sudden, she walked in the salt. Was it there before you saw? Was there before you salted? Do I hear her in the garage right now? Okay, that might have been a Dookie. That might have been a Dookie test, but we're about to find out more. Orb check time? Yeah, I'm gonna get a camera. That might have been downstairs. Okay, never mind. Oh, I'm 100% gonna let her hunt again, but I'm gonna bring in a video camera though. For sure. You get scared playing amateur? You'll get better. All right, I have double smudge. I have video camera. Run. A hole. We got a singer. Good, power's right here. Are you a banshee that stalked me out of the basement and actually to the first floor? If that's true, this is unprecedented. This isn't a thing. You're right there. You see the smoke? This thing's a psycho. It's like one bizarre go. This is weird. Okay. I'm going to put this here. I still have another bite on this, yeah? This ghost is everywhere. Is it just, maybe it's just upstairs now. Maybe this is just its new home. Can you get a banshee scream from the recorder? Yes. Yeah, you absolutely can. That might have been too late. Oh, what the hell? I'm gonna have to leave this area. This ghost is everywhere. Okay, if you, let's pretend you are a banshee. I'm running away. Hi. No, what the hell? Oh, that was rude. She does not like visitors. That was rude. It might be a mimic. I'm going banshee anyway. I'm going banshee anyway. I might not have had a lighter on me.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs.
So the question is, was she actually stalking me or did she change rooms? I don't know. 5 times. Okay, never mind. It changed rooms 5 times. Time to ban that guy. Yeah, it wasn't a yokai. That's true. Oh, sucks to suck. Sorry. Saw the vision. Oh, I have to do it again. I have to do it again. I can't go out like that. I have to go out like that. Is that the most? No. But in that short of a time, though, that's a lot. Spare you? I don't know if we should, because, you know, you were speaking very confidently. Yokai, W yokai, just trust. It's a yokai. Can I ban you if it is? If it's not a yokai, yes. To be so confidently wrong, I don't know. You know, maybe a timeout would be good. Yeah, not a ban. Maybe a timeout would be good. I think that's a good idea. All right, I'm going back and we're going this. I'm doing no. I'm not going out like that. I love this mug too. My friend Evie got it for me. I've had it for a long time or for a while. It's lovely. Did you say poor guy? What do you mean poor guy? I can appreciate the confidence. Listen. Any advice for doing the camp maps? Be careful with your sanity. It can be really tough to maintain sanity on those outside maps. It can be really, really tough. Look, I think if you're so willing to speak so confidently, I think you're willing to accept the consequence if it's wrong. Maybe that's just me. All right. 0 sanity, 0 evidence, Edgefield. Let's go. I'm not going out like this. We're not making it happen. Kat, thank you for the 5 months. You have the hey, how are you mug? Hey, let's go. Thinking we'll be a mimic. I don't know. Hey, Young, how are you? Up all night watching the streams. Oh, ATV, I appreciate you, man. Don't lose sleep over it. Yeah, we're going to make sure we have the lighter. It happens so frequently. I don't know what's been happening the past couple weeks. I've forgotten the lighter so many times. It's not a joke. I have forgotten it so much. It just happens. But we knew it was a banshee, though. We knew. Hey, Z. Yeah, I'm doing a no evidence, no 0 evidence, 0 sanity run. Yeah. Turning into break the lighter. I know. It happens to the best of us, okay? Relax. Everybody in here has forgotten the lighter at least once. Don't even. Unless you've never played the game before, then you don't count. Didn't you light the candle in the kitchen? No, that wasn't... Wait. I did have a lighter. Excuse you? How did I light all those lanterns? I want apologies. I didn't throw my lighter down at any point. I lit all those lanterns I threw inside. How dare? Lighter burn out? No, it didn't burn out. No, my honest opinion, I think that it was just a delay. A delay from me going to Smudge and then her getting me. That's been kind of a thing lately. Yeah. Please, Blood Moon? I don't think I have a Blood Moon. Have been messed up for you too? Just the tier 2? Hi, Hattie. Did you drop it in the basement on accident? No, I didn't drop it. No. Some people on Reddit have complained about the same thing on close calls. Yeah, I'm just going to have to make sure I'm smudging way before. Yeah, we'll have to be very careful. Smudge delay is real. It's happening to everybody. So I just got to be really, really careful. We're sorry. Thank you. I'm sorry. I said some things in anger I didn't mean. All right. Who do we have? Larry Bailey. Parabolic. Video camera. EMF. No sanity. No evidence. Let's get to the door. We'll get our stuff and our things. And then once we do that, then we'll go running inside and see how it goes. I always, even if the power's on, I like to have a flashlight like this, especially on like Edgefield, because if it turns the power off, if the ghost kicks the power, I still have light down this hallway. So it's worth it to me because it's a couple extra seconds to run a flashlight to the door. No biggie. All right. I'm going to have a crucifix in my hand. We'll put a salt in there. We'll put these in there. Or not resident. Oh, the high priestess not resident. Yeah, I've heard about that bug too. I've heard that's a bug as well. Hey, Vaughn, how are you? Okay. Let's bring our firelights. That in there. I'm throwing them far because I don't want them to burn my smudges. You have to be a little careful, SpongeBob. Do that there. Do that there. We'll put a photo camera close by. Any cursed? No cursed. No, not on this custom. Grab a lighter. How am I lighting these without a lighter? Yeah, I have a lighter. All right. Smudge is there. Those are there. I have salt here that I can lay down if the ghost is far enough away that we can maybe do that. I like to double smudge. Oh. It's here. It might eat that cruci. It's to my right. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Wait. Run. You bitch. I was gonna take a photo of you. This is Jason. Run away! Run away! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! He has no pants! He has no pants! Oh my god. Why did he come back there? Did you hear him double door touch? Did I hear a double door? Oh, you sneaky bastard. Shut up! My caramba. All right. I'm gonna do that for now. Yeah, I thought I heard that. Put that there. Put that there. If it eats that crucifix like that, then chances are that I didn't get a smudge timer on it. There's a lot of panic to be had. Did it just touch this door here? Because if what they're saying about the Ure is true, then it's not a Ure. All right, what else can I test for? I'll lay down one salt. Get this other smudge to save our life. I have 2 smudges. Nah, I got 2. I'll turn off this just in case. Oh, that's fully open. Okay, not an Onryo. No way. No shot. It is surrounded by fire. There's no way. What's the absolute best way to figure out a Jin? If the power's on, have it sprint at you, not an Oni. Because it fatted on us. I'm not worried about media at all right now. We're just worried about getting the ghost. Not a spirit. Was that under 180 seconds? Oh, you did not just do what I think you just did. Are you a mayor? You son of a... Please, please tell me you just did the mayor ability. Please. Oh, crap. Check these switches. It's a yokai? I see what you did there. It did try to. You see it float and it just comes flying at you. Oh, man. I think this might be a mare. I need to buy myself time. I'm going to go get the other crucifix. It did the thing. I think it did it. I think. That could have been absolutely coincidence, but I don't know. I'm banking on it not being a coincidence. That there. Do that there. Uh-oh. It's over there now. It might start hunting me. No, we're fine. Get more salt. Nice. Let's go get 2 motion sensors really fast. You doing a perfect game? You know, I'm not gonna make any promises. Stop, dude. It's over there now? Uh-oh. Whoa. All right. Yeah, cut the power, not a Jin. God. No mirror ability. Are the ghosts just like... There we go. I was gonna say, is it like skipping over the salt? Wait. Did I leave the garage light on? I swear, dude. Excuse you. Is there no hiding up here? No, you didn't. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. I thought I turned it off. Dude, you are so annoying. I hate you. It's trying to lure me in. I know what's happening here. Ghost fart again. How much longer be on? For a couple hours. Oh, that was rude. I can't tell. Okay. That was really deceitful. I don't know if the light went off because of the fart ball or not. That was really mean. That was really, 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 really mean. I'm really feeling like this is a mare, though. Heckin' rude. Drop that one there. Don't call the ghost a horse. Oh my God. Hey, Star. What's up, dude? We doing this stream? Right now we're doing a 0 sanity, 0 evidence, and I think it's a mare. Parabolic. Man, I'm down on smudges, though. This is going to be rough. This is going to be tough. 3 video. Okay, so video wise, I mean, like after one smudge, I could get EMF and then, I mean, like EMF photo, I could do the motion sensor, I could do all that stuff. No, it's an Oni. Yeah, you're good. You're so good. I'm just kind of setting up shop right now. It sounds like it's hanging out near the garage though. All right, I've got that guy. I've got that guy. I need this guy. That'll work. Thank you for all the follows. Welcome in. Like the new update. Yeah, the new update's been great. Tis been wonderful. Crucifixes are burnt. Smudgies are burnt. For the most part, except for one. Yeah. You and your friends love Chronicle. It's been pretty freaking cool. Trying to think how I want to do this. Have it. Do I have an idea why your Easter event trophy disappeared? No, that sounds like a... That sounds like a question for Phasmo, not for me. Okay. It's downstairs. It'll probably be making its way back upstairs soon. You know what? Let's go all the way up. Got it. 3 video camera, capture a photo of the EMF. Okay. Corey, thank you for the prime. Apocrypha, how dare you? Hey, Snake. Did you turn on and off the garage light? If not, shut off just about immediately. Oh, yeah, it's done it now a few times. It's done it probably like 3 times on me. So a little more confident about it being a mare. Corey, thank you again for the sub. Just discovered you can record the radio playing on the video for evidence. Yeah. Lots of cool stuff you can get. All right, it's done. It might start hunting close to me, actually. I gotta... That's just rude. That's just rude. Confirm, Mayor? I'm pretty positive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. How dare. There we go. Hunting again. Is a horse. It's not the horse. How dare they be heckin' rude. Drifter, thank you for getting merch. I might smudge it here. Or it's done hunting, never mind. Where is it? You know, I would have taken an event there because then I would have smudged it. What the hell was that noise? Was that the oh, it might have been the piano. I was like, what the hell? Smudged. Perfect. Give me. And give me. All right, where is it? Thank you for the follows. Welcome in. Hello. If it's still garage, I don't want to take away its ability to throw stuff. Come on, hotshot. Where you at? That wasn't this one. Excuse me. Is that over here? It was. You bitch. I don't have a lot of time. Go on. It's about to start hunting. This is yikes. This is yikes. There's going to be no way. Or this is going to be tedious AF to get in and out of there between hunts to try to get the media. That's going to be the problem. I think 3 unique video though. I would like to get the objectives. That would be nice. Am I close enough with this one to get anything? Yep. Motion sensed, ghost. It's walking a lot right there. Maybe if it throws an object, but the odds of that are going to be really, really low. Sound recorder's bugged. It hasn't been that bugged for me. Definitely doesn't feel like it. Tedious. Yeah, it's going to be tedious. I'm doing a no sanity, no evidence custom. Someone else got merch. Well, thank you, friends. Hey, Demon, how's it going? Yeah, it's a custom. It's been bugged for you too? Interesting. All right, I'm just going to need to go in here and run upstairs, I think. Because I think my cameras are too far away to capture anything. Curse object stickers are adorable. Yeah, they're great. I love them. Did you just throw something, you a-hole? See you, Mr. Bob. Squeeze me. Do you think amateur is harder than the other difficulties because of the ghost behavior? No. No, not at all. It's going to be a little bit easier, but I've had really, really active amateur games. It's just going around blowing out all the firelights right now. All right, you little jerk. I think we're going to run upstairs like we did before. I have no smudges, so this will be interesting. If you can smack a camera by the shoe spot in between hunts, you might be able to get a door touch too. Yeah, that's true. Right over there. Yeah, and look this direction. It is walking around a lot over there too. I could lay down some salt, run outside, and then maybe get the salt as well. All right, and we run. Sandy meds? No, I'm pretty sure this, I have it set where sandy meds don't actually give you anything in this custom. Hunting. Dicey. Salt candle door. Yeah. Done. I knew it. I saw how much time I had left. That probably screwed me. It screwed me with the salt, but that's okay. In between hunts, you have 25 seconds if it's not a demon. Okay. This a-hole probably wrecked everything. Good enough for me. Run. It also started in the living room. What an a-hole. All right, so I have motion already. I could probably just hit record and probably be safe. Angelic, hello. I'm gonna call it. No, not yet. No. I can get this firelight easy peasy. If it touches that door, I can probably get that door as well. Salt, I don't know if there's a salt pile that's over there that hasn't been touched yet. That I'm unaware of. But I need it to go back to what it was just doing. Thank you for the follows. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Oh, come on. Now it's going to move over to the living room and just stay there. Just scoop it back up. Put it back into the bottle. That's what the next game's going to be. People cleaning up after us. Wish the Zoom would work. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. I've mentioned it to them. And like, I think he acknowledged the wrong thing when I was talking to him. And I was like, no. We can't zoom inside of the truck on these other cameras. And I never heard a response. So I guess the ghost gave up. That's fun. Link to merch. Do exclamation point merch. Tilt would be really cool too. Yeah, especially on the tier 3 tripod. That'd be great. What did I just get? What was that? Oh, fire extinguished. Oh, okay. I got that one. I got that one back there. So that's far enough away. So if I get... It'd be great if it touched that door and left that firelight right there alone. Camera in the living room. I could. It just depends on where the ghost is. Yeah. Hey, Sunflower. How are you? Ultra, thank you for the 7 months. I think that was the firelight beside the camera. There's this one too. That's over there by the dining room. Inbox. Oh yeah, for the drops. You'll get a notification. It's not going to mess with the door. What I might need to do is I might need to take another thing of salt in there and then wait for the hunt to end. And then once the hunt ends, try to quickly get it. Maybe. Got yours. Looks nice. Isn't it so cool? I love it. Sad Girl Sunset. Hello. Thank you for the raid. How was stream? All right. We're giving up on that idea. So on to the next one. Let's see. I've got all my salt in there. I still need audio. So that's a good time. I could get a firelight. Maybe. I could use this. Even though I don't get sanity from it, I could use it for a boost. Use it for a little boost. Run. It pooped in the sink. Run. It shut the power off. It was okay. How's yours? It's good. Just trying to get a no sanity, no evidence run in before we prestige. Hide in that corner behind the door. Are you talking about over here like this? No, that's no. I trust sitting in there more than I trust sitting over there. Why is it not hunting now? What prestige are you on? I'm on 19. This will be 20. It's tired. Oh, okay. Honey, welcome in. In a minute. Yeah, the power's off. That's why I have no lights on. That is correct. What benefit do you get from prestiging? A sweet ID card. It's done. We run. I don't have long. It's about to hunt. Maybe. Aiming for the voodoo card. Nice. It's hunting. This dude's a turd, man. Yeah. Yeah, the first 10 prestiges you have unique cards, and then after the 10th they're animated. Mm-hmm. It's done. We run. Problem is I have nowhere else really reliable to hide. I could go hide behind that thing in the end of the hall. I just don't know if I trust it. Do I risk it for one time, maybe? Maybe risk it this time? I think I have to. This might be curtains, but I gotta do it. It's he spawned into exactly where I was. That was mean. Oh, then he blows out the firelight. It was taking too long. It was too tedious. I had to. I wanted to either get a perfect game or nothing. I didn't want to just go, well, we got the ghost. Let's get out of here. I didn't like it. I didn't want to do that. Next time, bring a lighter. Rude. Yeah, it was on top of us that whole time. That's why the smudges were burned early. Yeah. The naked man cometh. Gosh dang it. What a butthole. What a butthole. You got the thing. Let's go. Very rude. Very rude. Bergenstein, how are you? Hello. At least we knew it was a mayor. You know? I mean, money-wise, it's fine. Need the bone anyways. Yeah, I would have eventually gone looking for it. Do I do one more? Hey, perfect. Lurk on YouTube. I appreciate it, man. What up, Gypsy? How are you? One more. Not one more run. We're still going to keep going after that. Flash is stalling. I have no problem. I will prestige right now. I have no problem just prestiging as we speak. You tell me. Prestige? Uno mas. It's the last time you'll ever have to prestige. Yeah. Do it. Prestige. One more. See? I don't know. All right. That's another vote then. Yeah, thank you. It's too mixed. It'd be one thing if it was really weighed one direction, but it's not. All right. If you look in the top of your chat, there's a vote. Whatever you guys vote, we'll do. I'm either going to prestige right now or we're going to do one last zero sanity, zero evidence run. Look in the top of chat. If you don't see it in top of Twitch chat, then you need to refresh. Do the first game zero. No, I always do my first game of the prestige. Normal professional run. Always. That way, it's just a really nice tier 1 run for people that are trying to figure out how to run around with tier 1 stuff. Never prestige, just torture everybody. Oh my God. That would be awful for me. That'd be so many wasted levels. It's looking like it's going to be now. I think it's going to happen now. It's happening now. All right. You called it. What is the highest level count? You can go all the way to 9,999. So you don't have to prestige. There is nothing in the game that is forcing you to prestige. It is a choice. But you do need to know that if any levels you get past 100, it's not like you're banking those levels that are then going to go towards the next prestige. So if you're level 9,999 prestige 1, when you prestige, you're prestige 2, level 1. Ask for it. I did kind of ask for it. Yeah. All right. I do have ads coming. So we're going to do a wheel spin and then the ads, and then we're going to prestige and play our prestige game 1. I just have to figure out where we're going to do that game. There's 20 prestiges, Meg. There's 20. So let's do this first. Man, oh man, 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 oh man, man, man. All right, what do we got? Merch. Big merch day. All right, all right. Give me a second to go to the store. Hold, please. First started watching, you were prestige 11. Yeah, I know. Time just be moving. I tried not to go too fast. Took you long enough to catch up. Listen. Some of us didn't get to prestige 20 on the first week. Okay? I mean, you know, fair to you. You put in the time, but still. But still. All right, let me duplicate that. We'll give this. How can you prestige not do a Willow? I could do Willow. I don't know. I don't think I've done a level 1 Willow run in a while. Not that I can recall. Hey, Shield. Of course. No, I'm glad that I was able to have the drops on for you guys for the animated batch. It's definitely been a really great thing for the Kinetic partners to be able to do that. After today, starting tomorrow, anybody that streams Phasmophobia on Twitch in the Phas category and has drops enabled on their channel will be able to have drops on their channel with the non-animated badge, which is awesome. Willow's a good map for teaching. Oh, I love it. It's just it's a great small map that anybody can play, easily get comfortable with. It's another Tanglewood, you know? That's what makes it so good. Game looks different nowadays. It depends the last time you played. It's a classic. It's a classic. All right. Once this pops up in chat, I will let you know when you guys are ready to do the thing. Oh, it's a car for 65 months. Oh my goodness. Is this long? Car, that's a great question, sir. Is this too long yet? Giggity? What are you trying to say? You mean we all aren't? No, we are not all Nuka Dave. No. I will never be Nuka Dave. He has the patience of a god. Oh, Adam, thank you so much for the subs. And Bigger Croak, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you. If you type join in chat, you could win one of these really awesome pint glasses. I love this pint glass. I ordered another one. So that way, I mean, the other one is fine. It hasn't like the logo hasn't faded in any way, but I just want another one. I don't think the wife minds that much. It's up in the shelf with the other glassware. So I feel like I've earned it, but it's great. I love it. I shouldn't be dishwashing it, but I do. It still lasts. It's great. As for shipping internationally, if you're not from the States, Fourth Wall does ship internationally. You just need to check with them to see where they ship to make sure it can go to you. How long are you playing for? I typically go till close to midnight. My time. So my time, it's almost 10:30. Perfect for cold beverages. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. Flameball GG's. Flameball, make sure to click the link that was from Fourth Wall. If you missed it in chat, if you type Flameball, if you type !redeem, you will get to see, you'll get the link and then you can click on it from there. And only you can redeem it, obviously. Rad. All right. Perfection. All right, let's run ads. And then after we run ads, we're going to prestige. And then after we prestige, we're going to do our first run at Willow. And then after Willow, we're going to live. Damn it. Perfect for a tall vodka cup. Oh my God. Thank you, Artsy. Thank you, guys. All right. 3 minutes of ads. I do them every hour, so that way you guys don't have pre-rolls. I'm going to go ahead and do them now. This is a great time to take a break. Does Fourth Wall give options for different types of shirts? Yes. Lots, Car. Yes. If you're talking about when you create merch, tons. Different types of short sleeve, long sleeve, collared. I think they have collared shirts. I have to make one for Rafa. But then also different material. So like you can look and see how much cotton there is in one, like in another. There's lots of different types. Your chat, you're great. Wait, your name is gray in chat, not green? Oh, it's green for me, at least on this chat window. Best way to complete the Demon Hunter achievement. The best way for you to do that is to do a custom game where you can't lose anything. And then you set your speed to max and you set the ghost speed to max, all that jazz. And then you go run into the house, wait 60 seconds. Don't put the sanity to 0. You don't want to put the sanity to 0 because the ghost needs to use its ability. Go run into the house, wait for 60 seconds. Or what? Okay, this is a better strategy. Run into the house, use the mirror, know where the ghost is, go sit there for 60 seconds. If 60 seconds go by and the ghost hasn't hunted, leave and do it again. And then you could kind of force it that way by just upping the chance by doing it over and over and over again. I did that for one stream. There was one stream I got the demon achievement because we kind of forced its hand. You have a PC spec hardware list? Yeah, do exclamation point specs. It should whisper it to you. It should. Name for a cat. Oh, I'm not taking that responsibility. Oh, that's not on me. You can ask chat though. What is the best way to find a yokai with less evidence? To find a yokai? Or you mean to figure out a yokai? A yokai can only sense voice and electronics from 2.5 meters, like within 2.5. So if you know that you're far enough away that the yokai can't hear you, but a normal ghost can, and you're spamming your walkie or your electronic on and it ignores you, yokai. My wife has PTSD from that achievement. It sucks. It's just 100% RNG. There's nothing you can do outside of what I just said, trying to force it that way. Can you get a video recording of the campfire going out? I would assume so. I haven't tried. I haven't even given that a shot, so I don't know. Thank you for the follows. CJ, thank you so much for the sub, man. Welcome in. Which case? Oh, the other side? I have played it a couple times. Yeah. Yeah. It's just one I didn't like get super into. I might go back into it. I might talk to, I know Coach wanted to play it again at some point, so I'd be definitely down to play. Yeah. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in. If you guys are not already in my server and you guys want to get updates about when I go live, about when we do giveaways in there, Phasmophobia information, I've got a media channel that lists all the photos, videos, and audio you can grab. The link is in chat. So are the rest of my socials, in case you guys are missing any of that stuff. YouTube videos. Oh shit, this past week I posted one almost every day. Bearded Baron. Oh my God. Hi, friend. Does it feel real to be turning 20? Oh, to be 20. Love the streams. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Mr. Barrett, how's it going, sir? Are you using more than one monitor? I have 3. Yep. I have a vertical and then I have 2 horizontal. It's going well, man. The ghosties keep giving me hugs. I don't like that. It's going to be a historical moment. What did I miss earlier? Hold on. I missed a thing. Watch the videos on YouTube to get better at the game. Decide if, oh, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Try any speedruns yet? I haven't tried speedruns in a long time. It's definitely been a minute. Played Woodwind earlier. Was able to get fire extinguished on the campfire. Okay, cool. Now, what is it when the ghost lights the fire? Can you record that? Like, if you just left it recording on the campfire and then it lit the campfire, I mean, the odds of that are low. What would that count as? Do I have to connect my account before claiming the drop? I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Flame enjoyed the merch. Ballistic, thank you for the sub. You got that with candles? What did it count as? Turning on a light? Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Have the devs ever checked if in-game voice works for consoles after the update? I would hope so. I sure as hell hope so. If it's not working, I would report it. So mayors, I don't think can turn on candles or fire. Oh, really? They should add new ghost types? No, they shouldn't. No, I don't agree with that. I think adding new ghost types right now is not something they should do. They should keep focusing on making the game better, focus on adding new maps and character customizations, all that stuff. New ghosts, least of my worries right now. New ghosts at some point, sure. Right now, no, no shot. Oh, I need to leave. But anyway, all right.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs.
It is time. We are Prestige 19. This is going to be the final Prestige. Prestige 20. Once I get all the way through level 100, that's it. From there, we just get levels. I don't have to worry about Prestige again. I will forever have tier 3 equipment. I don't have to start back at the beginning again unless I want to do a tier 1 run. There is the animated badge for Prestige 20. I finally get to be one of the cool kids. But we've waited long enough. It's time. I am sure.
I think you might be the longest standing ghost hunter I've ever seen. We've promoted you to the highest rank available. Commissioner 10. Well done.
I feel like you just called me old. There it is. There it is. We've just lost all of our items. We've just lost all of our money. We are now all the way back to we are now all the way back to level 1. Prestige 20. Feels good. I say feels good now. I still have to make it through the Prestige. I still have to go through it. But the nice thing about me not prestiging till right now when Chronicle happened is I get to experience the level difference when these things unlock. Because some of these have changed. And I wouldn't have had the chance to experience that if I didn't prestige right now. But yes, people that always were asking about the sound recorder, here you go. Level 4, level 39, and level 60. We were past that point when they came out with the Chronicle, so I couldn't even see it. Yep. Thank you for the follows, guys. I appreciate you. Cadis, thank you for the sub, by the way. How many hours do I have? Over 3K. Probably over 3,500 at this point. Yeah, been maining the game for over 3 years. I stream 4 times a week. Like at least 2 to 3 times of that is usually fast. Yeah. I appreciate you guys. It's a long road. We're not done, though. We aren't done. We're not finished. Oh, no. Oh, no. What kind of ghost do I like? Dislike figuring out. Shades suck. Shades are pretty awful because they're so boring. But I don't know. Urays might be back up on the list again. Gorios are not that fun, but they've made Gorios better by making dots more consistent. But when you're doing no evidence runs, they suck. Imagine if dying set you back a few levels. You know, it would make your level mean more. If you dying meant that you actually went backwards, your level would mean more than it means now. If you see somebody that is prestige 15, 20, whatever it may be, that doesn't mean that they're a good player. Don't tell me I suck. Halfway to the badge. Nice.